Julia Roberts was once Hollywood's highest-paid actress, earning $20 million for a single film. But her last major hit was over a decade ago, and now she's turned to Netflix to find work. On top of that, she's battled a rare blood disorder since 2002 that threatens her life. At 56, Hollywood seems unsure what to do with its former star. Born in 1967 in Smyrna, Georgia, Julia's family made history before she was even born. Her parents ran one of the South's first integrated acting schools during segregation, accepting Yolanda King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter. This brave choice brought threats and lost support, but they stood firm. Julia's birth hospital bill was paid in secret by Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, a story she revealed only in 2022. Her early years were troubled. Her parents divorced when she was young, and her mother remarried a volatile man, making home life tense. Julia struggled in school, developing a stutter and withdrawing socially. Acting became her refuge and voice. At 10, her father died of cancer, leaving her devastated. Acting helped her cope with the pain. Her mother's abusive second marriage ended in 1981, after which she focused on healing and supporting Julia's growing dreams. In high school, Julia flirted with becoming a vet, but was drawn to performance. She played clarinet, acted, and even wrote scripts in her science notebooks. In 1985, armed with just $628, Julia moved to New York City, enduring cold apartments, long walks, and over 200 audition rejections. Her breakthrough came with a Clearasil commercial, earning her a SAG card and a ticket into Hollywood. Back in Georgia, Julia had a quirky childhood ritual. From age 7, she'd lock herself in the bathroom practicing Oscar speeches, using shampoo bottles as trophies. She even recorded herself and wrote over 40 speeches in a leather journal, practicing by candlelight during power outages. She once promised her brother she'd thank him when she won an Oscar. Julia's first acting job came in 1987 on the TV show Crime Story. Despite having a 103-degree fever, she nailed her scene in one take. But success didn't come easy. She worked non-stop, landed roles like in Firehouse, and even got burned in a special effects accident. Broke, she sold her grandfather's pocket watch to pay rent, buying it back years later after becoming a star. While filming Satisfaction in 1988, Julia met Liam Neeson. They clashed at first, but soon fell in love and moved in together within weeks. Hollywood frowned on their relationship. She lost an ad deal and a movie role, but Liam opened her mind with 27 books. Like her own college education, their breakup fueled the raw emotion she poured into Steel Magnolias, earning her a Golden Globe and Oscar nomination. To prepare for her role as Shelby, Julia didn't sleep for 47 hours on co-star Sally Field's advice. She locked herself in her hotel room for 3 days during filming, eating only saltines and water to embody grief. Director Herbert Ross yelled at her during a tough take, calling it her worst acting ever. She left the set for 6 hours. Yet her powerful, tearful breakdown in one take earned her an Oscar nod, despite only 38 minutes on screen. Around that time, Julia got engaged to Dylan McDermott, who wrote her a note at their first Steel Magnolias table read, saying she had the most beautiful eyes. Just 19 days later, he proposed with his grandmother's emerald ring. They lived quietly in New York's West Village, shopping and walking their rescue dog like a normal couple. When Julia nearly lost the lead in Pretty Woman, Dylan called the director to save her. But as fame grew, their private life slipped away. On March 12, 1990, just 2 weeks before Pretty Woman premiered, Julia Roberts canceled her June wedding. Tabloid pressure had become unbearable after they offered their doorman $25,000 to sneak into their apartment. She realized she couldn't have both normal life and superstardom. Pretty Woman almost didn't have Julia. The role of Vivian was turned down by 7 actresses, including Michelle Pfeiffer, Molly Ringwald, and Meg Ryan. When Roberts auditioned, director Gary Marshall saw her luminous vulnerability, but even Richard Gere wasn't sold until she slipped him a note saying, "Please say yes." Their chemistry sealed the deal. Julia earned just $300,000 for the film, about $273 a day, while Gere got $5 million plus profits. The movie exploded, making $463 million worldwide and turning Roberts into a star. Her iconic red dress sparked $30 million in knockoff sales, and rodeo drive tourism soared 27%. But Julia saw little of that cash. She learned fast. By 1993, she was charging $10 million per film, and in 2000 became the first woman paid $20 million for Erin Brockovich, changing Hollywood paychecks forever. Julia's love life was turbulent. After Dylan McDermott came Kiefer Sutherland. Engaged in 1990 and planning a June 1991 wedding, the fairy tale collapsed when a dancer claimed Sutherland had left Julia. Though the story changed, Julia was hospitalized, officially for the flu, but rumors suggested stress. 3 days before the wedding, Julia canceled, without telling Kiefer directly. On their wedding day, she flew to Ireland with Jason Patrick, Sutherland's best friend, sparking media frenzy. She became the runaway bride years before starring in the film of the same name. Later, Julia said she'd planned a kind breakup, but Sutherland's harsh response pushed her away. He later admitted respecting her courage to walk away. 2 years later, Julia married country singer Lyle Lovett. It shocked fans but lasted only until 1995. After fleeing one wedding and rushing into another, Julia finally found stability. In 2002, she married cinematographer Danny Motter. They've been together 20-plus years with 3 kids, twins Hazel and Phineas and Henry. After years of public chaos and heartbreak, Julia found peace. Meanwhile, her 1994 film I Love Trouble promised light comedy but turned into a behind-the-scenes disaster. The reason I Love Trouble flopped? Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte absolutely hated each other. It wasn't just tension, it was a full-blown war. They clashed from the moment they met and avoided each other so much they often filmed scenes with stand-ins. Julia called Nolte completely disgusting, and Nolte fired back saying Julia was not a nice person. The off-screen feud became more memorable than the film itself, but Julia didn't let the disaster stop her. In 1997, she made a huge comeback with My Best Friend's Wedding. The film was a blockbuster, earning nearly $300 million worldwide on a $38 million budget. Audiences loved that her character didn't get the guy. It felt real and fresh. The film scored 73% on Rotten Tomatoes and was one of the year's biggest hits. Then came 1999, Julia's year to dominate. In May, Notting Hill with Hugh Grant became the highest-grossing British film ever at the time, making $364 million worldwide. Just 10 weeks later, she reunited with Richard Gere in Runaway Bride, which earned over $309 million despite mixed reviews. Fans loved seeing them together again. That same year, Julia made history in Hollywood. For Erin Brockovich, she became the first woman paid $20 million for a single film, joining the ranks of top male stars. The role was a serious departure from her romantic comedies. She played a single mom who took down a powerful energy company. The risk paid off big time. The movie earned over $200 million globally, and Julia won the Academy Award for Best Actress, cementing her status as a true Hollywood powerhouse. Julia Roberts won her 3rd Oscar for Erin Brockovich in 2001, sweeping major awards including a Golden Globe, BAFTA, and SAG. By then, her films had grossed nearly $4 billion worldwide, all without relying on franchises except Ocean's 11. In 2002, after marrying Danny Motter, she was diagnosed with a rare blood disorder called idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura, ITP, which causes dangerously low platelet levels. Despite fatigue and bruising, she continued working while managing treatments that were costly and demanding. Danny's quick action likely saved her life. Privately, Julia faced family struggles. She supported her brother Eric Roberts' ex-girlfriend in a custody battle, causing a decade-long rift with Eric. Later, tensions with her half-sister Nancy Moats ended tragically when Nancy died by suicide in 2014, deeply affecting Julia. Career-wise, Julia's box office success declined after hits like Money Monster underperformed. In 2011, her L'Oreal ads were banned in the UK for excessive airbrushing, sparking debate over beauty standards. In 2023, she made a smart shift to streaming, starring in Netflix's Leave the World Behind alongside Mahershala Ali and Ethan Hawke. earning $25 million and reaching millions at home. Her last Oscar nomination was for August, Osage County, 2014, a dark, emotional role that reminded everyone of her talent. Since then, Julia has been quieter in awards and major hits, with many wondering if she's waiting for the right role or if Hollywood struggles with roles for women in their 50s. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos and don't forget to press the bell icon.